Let's switch gears over to my sport of football. Your boy, Cooper Kupp, got paid $80 million extension with $75 million guaranteed. So
that is Super Bowl MVP Cooper Kupp.
Okay. But it brings up the question. I mean, they're paying this dude like he's the best wide receiver in the game. Is he the best wide receiver in the game? That's also going to be our poll question. Scan the QR code, playtherally.com when it comes up.
My answer is going to be yes, but I think if we look at it in going into this season, who's the best receiver in the NFL? If you look at last year's results, the production, what he did in the playoffs, you have to say yes. He's currently the best wide receiver in the NFL. That doesn't mean a year from now we have this conversation, it's not Devontae Adams or Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, but the guy had the second best receiving year in the history of the NFL, one of the greatest postseason runs we've ever seen from a wide receiver, and coming off of the Super Bowl MVP. He deserved this contract, and I think going into the season, yes, Cooper Kupp is top 2, and he ain't 2.
Okay, well, I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, Devontae Adams is the guy. Now, this best season, second best season in the history of the NFL, I think there's a caveat to that. And I don't want to take away from anybody's accomplishments or achievements because I think it is a big deal. But the game has changed over eras. We play the game differently.
He had the same quarterback as the guy who's number 1 on that list.
Okay, so this is what it comes down to, though, is Devontae was catching balls from a better quarterback, in my opinion. I think that Matthew Stafford is a very good quarterback. I'm not exactly sure that he's Aaron Rodgers. But when you look at the supporting cast, I think that's where you can really start to dig into the argument. Cooper Kupp giving you 114 yards a game. That's phenomenal. But Robert Woods, before he got hurt, was giving you 61. Then you had Jefferson giving you 47. When you look at Adams and what he had around him, it wasn't great. The second leading receiver on that team was giving you 38 a game. Odell Beckham Jr. walked in the door, dropped in like an alien, and gave you 38 yards per game receiving. Adams was going for about 97. So to me, I think it's a little bit more nuanced than saying, look at the stats, tell me who's the best. I think it is really close. I believe we're splitting hairs here, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Super Bowl MVP, your boy Cooper Kupp, but I'm going to roll with Adams for right now.
I think that's fine. I think it's semantics.
It is. It really is.
It's probably 1 and 1A. And if you flip a coin, I might feel a different way next week. But if you look at the body of work of what Cooper Kupp has done since he came into the National Football League, he's been not only a top 5 receiver, but he's moved his way from top 5 into this conversation of being the
And talk about
guy.
the journey real quick, because it's really impressive.
A guy who was a 0-star recruit coming out of high school, a guy that had 1 scholarship coming out of high school, Eastern Washington, a small school, and turned that into being the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.